What's going on, everyone? Matthew Osborn here, and in this video I'm going to show you the 4 different ways you can see if you're restricted from selling a product or book on Amazon. Alright, let's dive into the first method. The first method I'm going to show you is using the Scout IQ app. Now, as you can see on the screen right here, the Scout IQ app, if you've used it before, this screen will look familiar to you. I want to draw your attention though to the bottom left-hand side. You'll see where the normal book cover is. There's now a circle with a red R in it, or a red circle with an R in the center of it, meaning restricted. Now, what this is there's a list of commonly restricted books that we've uploaded to Scout IQ to show people books that people are commonly restricted in. So if they see this, that's an R at the bottom, means this book is normally restricted. It does not mean it's restricted for your exact account. Sadly, Amazon does not give us that information in their API, so we can't look at your exact account to see if you're restricted in this book. We're just letting you know, hey, be wary, this book is commonly restricted. If you want to see if your account's actually restricted, you can click that thumbnail and it'll open up Amazon, and you can see on Amazon if you actually are restricted for that title. So this is an easy method as you're scanning through books to see ones you might want to double check if you're restricted in. Again, since it's not connected to your account, you might be restricted in books that there's no red R that pops up. That's just the way it is since Amazon doesn't give us that information. But always check that bottom left-hand corner. If you see an R, click it and double check if your account can sell that book. All right, on to method number 2. Method number 2 is using the Amazon Seller app. The Amazon Seller app, if you open it up, on the top right-hand corner, you're going to see a camera button. If you click that camera button, you can either scan the cover of a book or the ISBN, or really any product using image recognition. It'll pull that listing up on Amazon, and you can see if restrictions apply to you. For the book that I scanned in this example, you can see there's a top copy there that I'm not restricted in, and then it says restricted on the bottom copy there on this left-hand side. But if you look at the bottom right there, it says ebook. So I'm restricted in selling this in ebook format. If you want to see the exact conditions you're able to sell a book in, you can click through to the product, as you can see right here, then click seller eligibility, and right there on that far right screen, you can see it says you can sell this product on Amazon in the following conditions: new, used, like new, very good, etc. All the way down the list of ones that I can sell in that book. So I'm just restricted on the ebook for that copy. So the number 2 way, Amazon Seller app. This is not my favorite way, but it does work. I have heard a few people say the Amazon Seller app for some reason says they're not restricted. They go home and they find out actually on Seller Central they are. That has not happened to myself, but I have heard multiple people tell me that. So be a little wary of that, but this is the second way you can tell if you're possibly restricted in a title. Now let's jump into the third way you can see if you're restricted in a book, and that's going through Seller Central. So I'm going to open up Seller Central right here. In Seller Central, if you hover over inventory, you can choose add product. When you click add product, the page you see right here will pop up. If I scroll down on this page, you can see right here there's a search box in the bottom left-hand side to search a product name, book cover, or ISBN. I'm going to throw a few ISBNs in here as examples to show you what you will see. So let me grab that first ISBN right here. I'm going to throw it in. All right, now this one only returned one result, and it says right here on the left-hand side, listing limitations apply. If I click that drop-down, I can see which conditions I'm able to sell this book in. I can sell this in new, collectible, and used. I cannot sell this book in refurbished condition, and that's fine. I don't know why you'd sell a book in refurbished condition. I would normally probably have this book as a used copy, so I would be able to sell this, and that restriction doesn't really apply to the way I'd sell this book. I can sell in used condition. So that's an easy way to see if you're restricted right there. Let me show you a few different examples that could possibly come up for you to look out for. Throw this other ISBN in there. This one only has one listing as well. Listing limitations apply. And now it says you are not approved to list this ASIN. You will need approval in order to do it. I can click request approval if I want to try and sell this book. Now, 2 things can happen when I click request approval. Number 1, it might auto-approve me for this product or book, whatever I'm trying to get approved for. That does happen sometimes. Number 2, which is the case with this book because I already double-checked, it's going to take you to another page and ask you to do a verifiable receipt that you purchased this book from the publisher or distributor and that you're able to sell this book. Granted, normally I'd probably have this copy in a used that I've gotten from a library or thrift store, so I won't have that evidence I purchased it new from the distributor, so I wouldn't be able to request approval for this product. But if you ever see this, you might as well just click request approval and see if somehow you happen to be auto-approved, and if not, no harm, no foul, go on to the next book. So let me give you 2 more examples here. Throw another ISBN in there. All right, now this is a very common one I see all the time. You're going to see two listings for the same book, and almost always you'll be restricted in one and you're not in the other. So if you see right here, I want to pull your eyes to something. One, normally the book that has the UPC or the EAN number on it is going to be the actual listing for this book. You can also double check by sales rank. As you can see for this copy, sales rank is 95. It's selling all the time. There's 310 new and used offers on this book. And if I'm guessing, let's do listing limitations. Yep. I'm able to sell this book in new, collectible, and used conditions. The only restriction I have for this book is refurbished condition. Now, if I click the listing limitations on this bottom copy here that only has one offer available and over 800,000 in sales rank, it says you were not approved to list this product, not accepting applications. So sometimes people will accidentally click that bottom listing, say, oh, I'm not approved to sell this book and go on, but they click the wrong listing, try and find the real listing, the one that normally has the lower sales rank and an EAN number on there, and normally they'll have a lot more copies than the other listing will. And of course, in the more popular one, I'm able to sell that. One last example here for this third method. Throw this ISBN in here. Right here, similar to the other one I just showed you, the very top listing right there says only one new and used offer, a higher sales rank. The bottom one has that EAN number, and 35 new and used offers. Top one, I'm not approved to sell. Bottom one, I can sell collectible and used conditions, but this one's a little different. I'm not approved to sell new or refurbished. So this is an easy way to see on Seller Central which you can and can't sell as far as it comes to products and books. Now I'm going to show you my favorite method, the fourth method for finding out if you're restricted, and that is using the AMZ Permissions app, or Permissions Chrome extension, made by Accelerlist. I'm going to include a link to that extension in the comments or in the description below. Be sure to check that out. And what that does, it allows you to find out if you're restricted in a book while you're browsing Amazon. So if you're listing books and you're pulling them up on Amazon to price them, you can instantly see if you're restricted or not, and also which conditions restrictions apply. I'll show you what that looks like right here. If I pull up this book right here, I can see, yes, I can sell it. I'm accepted to sell this new, collectible, and used. This is over on the right-hand side here. And it said I'm prohibited in selling this book in refurbished condition. So I can see right there if I'd be able to sell it or not just by looking at that. And it makes it a lot easier. So as I'm pricing books, maybe I can always double check if I'm restricted or not in that title. Another cool thing this extension does, if you just enter an ISBN into the search box at the top, it will show you right on the page itself, and it loads all the different offers if you're restricted or not. See, this first copy right here, I am restricted in. The second copy right here, I am not restricted in. And then, of course, if other things pop up, yes, I can sell that one, yes, I can sell that one. And so you can scroll through different books right there and see if you're approved or not. So those are the 4 different methods. Remember, Scout IQ is going to be a general list of books people might be restricted in. Click the icon in the bottom left-hand corner to see if it applies to your account. Number 2 is the Amazon Seller app. Number 3 is Seller Central. And number 4 is the AMZ Chrome extension. Find the link below for that 4th method. Those are the 4 methods to see. Hopefully you guys don't run into this very often, but with textbooks, there's a lot of them that can be restricted, especially for new sellers. So always be sure to check if you're restricted before taking the time to send those books into Amazon. I hope you guys have a great day.